They tried saying that my mom was crazy. I'm up here in Maine, by the way, but they tried saying my mom was crazy. They tried saying I was crazy. My mom tried turning Paul in for doing that to me when I was a fucking kid, and then they tried turning people in. I had to catch a predator as my fucking ringtone. Come to find out that they were blaming the doctor for being a pedophile butt knocker, but at the same time, the doctor wasn't supposed to be like that. He was a schizo psycho, like Paul, who had a bunch, like who was a pedophile as he is, and they kept telling me to keep my mouth shut, and that if I was a snitch, that I would get hurt and things like that. And you know, when I was a kid, and I saw all those things, like Jennifer, in my 4th grade year, we had a sleepover, and her and the girls were having sex in the shower. Her and these little girls were having fucking sex in the fucking shower, and we were only in the 4th fucking grade. I ended up sitting out, and like, in all honesty, I was looking at the underwear because the underwear had Monday through freaking Sunday written on them, and they had little animals on them, and I was seeing if I could borrow a pair of underwear, but I sat out from that kind of stuff, and I don't know what to do because I didn't speak up as a kid. And then when I tried speaking up later on, because when my daughter fell to the floor saying, we tricked you, Xbox is coming, I went fucking nuts. And I went fucking nuts after 2018 trying to turn pedophiles in, and I went to Stockton because they said that they were going to try helping get rid of pedophiles, and they were going to try getting rid of not just pedophiles, but child abductors. And they wanted to prevent child abduction from happening, and I wanted to prevent pedophiles, and I was trying to turn pedophiles in, and every time I did, someone said I'm crazy and that I needed to get help. And I would text my family constantly, or I would sit there and I'd call the cops, and I would get called crazy, and then they would put CPS on me and saying that I was too crazy and a pedophile myself, and that I needed to get mental health help badly because of what Paul did to me and this, that, and the other thing, or what Gerald did to me. And Desiree was trying to fucking defend them. She tried to defend Gerald, 32-year-old fucking cocaine dealer that she was trying to fucking say, didn't it feel good, but didn't it feel good? It's like, I grew up with a masturbation problem, and they told me that it's horrible. Each time I masturbated, they said I got closer to God. And then they tried getting the manifestation and doing everything in their power to where I couldn't turn in the pedophiles, and I got threatened to be killed. I was being told, shut up, because the Blues are the original Cookie Monster. And they were telling me that I was a demon just like my dad, but my dad wasn't a Blue, and I don't understand, because my grandma and my Uncle Mike hated pedophiles, but then they started defending Paul, and every last one of them started telling me that I needed to take his money. I took $17,000, and then $25,000, and then he didn't send $25,000, but that was supposed to be my inheritance money from my Grandma Betty, and my Grandma Betty was not a pedophile. I don't understand what the hell all of this is, because it's like, when it comes down to the pedophiles, just because someone doesn't want to get fucking killed for being a pedophile, I said it out loud to his cellmate, because I was hoping that this cellmate, I told Paul I could never forgive him for what he did to me when I was younger. I posted a video about it years ago, and then I started getting beat up by Mike and my family and everything too. When I was getting beat up, it was about pedophiles, but then Corey and Hannah also instigated that. Because Corey and Hannah also had the things inside of them. They might have been the pedophile hunters, or they might have been pedophiles themselves. But I got threatened to have April taken away from me, even going near them, this, that, and the other thing. And the cops defended Paul, and they put Paul in a different area. And that's why I can't find Paul, is because he's not at the prison anymore in that area, and I don't know where he's at. And if he's tracking me down, It's not hard to miss a man with 666 tattooed on his fucking head. I did everything I could to try to turn him in. And I did everything I could to try to make it because my family. Mike defended Paul. Mike defended my goddamn pedophile. Mike's a piece of fucking shit. He wasn't like that before. He never liked LA Dodgers. He liked San Francisco 49ers. And he used to hate pedophiles. And he used to hate when I would masturbate. And both him and my grandma would try to figure out why and who and how. And my mom. And I told my mom. And my mom called the cops on Paul. And after that, my mom started getting her ass too. My mom used to be a pedophile hunter too. But the thing is, it's just like everybody, I just didn't know what to do, and I didn't know how to win. I didn't know how to win. And I didn't know how to win for my own justice because I wasn't trying to defend Paul, but they were trying to say that I was Paul and that I had Paul inside me or something, and it's like, I didn't want that. You think I would want my own pedophile inside me and I'd have to go through this, lose my own child and everything? And then Corey sat there saying, well, what if he just did that to fuck other women, but he's done now 6 years ago? And just to find out that he was sitting there fucking the other woman that whole time, if it was just his defense on not having to fucking pay child support or what. And I don't know why Corey would even fucking do that and why Corey wouldn't stick around and why. Because I turned the pedophiles in all over the damn world. I went and I turned the pedophiles in all over the damn world. I even told the KGB to fucking bomb India because of their child sex rings. Just so much. They want me to talk about it. They want me to talk about it. But if I talk about it, Paul tried saying that he made it to where past, present, and future collide. So when I talk about it, I'm making it happen. I'm making it happen. Or I'm making it to where the pedophiles win or something. And it's like, if I talk about it, he wants me to talk about it to let pedophiles in. It's like, no, I'm not letting pedophiles in. I don't like that kind of stuff. I didn't even get it. Like, I don't want to get a job at a location because I don't trust my daughter in daycares. I don't trust my daughter with family members or anything. In 2018, I went nuts about pedophiles too. My daughter, I went to LA for just 2 weeks, and then my daughter was on a nebulizer, and she started screaming die and trying to kill all of her stuffed animals. And I don't know why. She was on a damn nebulizer, and I sat there and, like, when I went through that in 2020, something happened to my daughter or someone, because I felt as if someone was like a baby and their diaphragm got broken. It hurt so fucking badly, but it felt like I was being raped internally, and it felt like it went so far deep that it broke my fucking diaphragm. And it made me think of Coraline on the nebulizer, and I started freaking the fuck out. I freaked the fuck out and got pissed. I wished that every pedophile was dead. I wanted to kill every fucking pedophile, and they tried saying that I ran the prison system. But if the prison system was ran, then they would have tried killing Paul. I made sure I said out loud to his cellmates and everything that he was my pedophile and that I couldn't forgive him, and I hung up on him, and that my family was trying to get me to forgive him and talk to him, and my whole family forced me to, and I didn't know what to fucking do. They forced me to. They literally forced me to. I mean, they didn't like sit there and put the phone to my head and force me to, but my whole entire family wouldn't talk to me unless I talked to Paul. As if Paul got the fucking power, Mr. 666 on his forehead. It's like, but he's in the devil's in the house of the Lord forever, and they're saying it's all because of you. It's all because of me. It's all because of me. It's all because of me. Why? It's all because of me? What did I do? Snitched? Because I snitched? Is it because I fucking snitched? Is it because I fucking snitched? I didn't know what to do. And putting me in those situations with all those girls when I was younger, Jennifer, there were 2 different Jennifers, Taylor, Morgan, Heidi, all of those other fucking people. It's like, because I fucking snitched, I sat in corners and hid. But Paul was sitting there saying, you loved it. He put energies inside of me that made it to where I craved it. And I constantly masturbated. And that's like the South Park thing. South Park was like, they had that Jonas Brothers episode where it's like, they make my giny tingle. They make my giny tingle. It's like, it's just horrible. And it's not just tingling in the vagina. It's like this horrible, like that schizophrenic or whoever, so damn horny they can fornicate with both hands. It's like I was a horny kid and it sucked. And then when I finally got old enough to use my sexual energies, I lost my sexual energies. And after the surrender, I was trying to say that I told Keith Percy that it would be cool to be able to think and use my brain instead of my pussy for once, like to not have any sexual energies, to see what my brain would be capable of. But it craved so much stimulation that it ended up going in different, my body needed so much stimulation. I craved stimulation. I craved sex. I craved sex as a kid. And apparently he did it to a lot of fucking kids. I don't know what there was and I don't know why. And the cops defended him. And the cops fucking defended him for some reason. Because he said that he was getting closer to God, and God was government-ordered dictation, and each time I masturbated was getting him closer to God, and how I was just a tool used for his glory. For his fucking glory. I was sitting there and I was all like, that's some bullshit, because some of them aren't even fucking pedophiles, but he was, all because I fucking snitched. All because I fucking snitched. Mike used to beat people up and say, snitches get stitches. Snitches get stitches. Snitches get stitches. But Mike was sitting there fucking someone else. And Mike was sitting there defending a pedophile him damn self. But Mike used to want to kill the pedophiles. So I don't understand what the fuck was going on. And it's not like I wanted a life like this anyway. I hated Bryant so fucking much because of that Juggalo Eminem shit. There wouldn't have even been a pedophile involvement in my life if it wasn't for that fucking ICP piece of fucking shit. And all the music and everything wouldn't have been so fucking ugly had it not been for whatever producer was producing that shit. It's like, I found this world so ugly. I sat there screaming that the planet was fucking ugly. I sent hundreds and hundreds of messages, random messages to people. Random people. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people begging for fucking help. Begging for fucking help. But they wanted me to get help to be on the meds. Because like the guy said, they put a $20,000 hit on his fucking head. $20,000 hit on his fucking head for doing all of this shit to me. It's like, thanks a lot. $20,000 is not the greatest, but they put a $20,000 hit on his head to catch the pedophile. But he's sitting there saying that they wanted him to go on the meds and stuff like that because he was one. And it's all like, yeah, well, he was one. And they were trying to get me to go on the meds, saying that I was one, and I wasn't. I was a kid myself. I was a kid myself. I was 5. I was 3 when I got raped and molested, and I was 5 when I started having sex with my cousins. But they would slap me and more if I didn't do it for them too. It's like putting that sexual energy. It's like, hit me baby one more time. I found that to be the most disgusting song ever because it's literally about like me getting, I correlated it to me getting fucking abused because I wouldn't eat my cousins out. Because I refused to be a part of that stuff anymore. Because I got saved or something. I don't know if I got saved after that surrender. I was not saved. No, I was not saved. I was not saved at fucking all. I was just supposed to let it go and enjoy it. Let it go and enjoy it. You can only have sexual energies and you can only get horny if you accept the pedophiles in, when the pedophiles were the ones who were supposed to lose their fucking sex drive as it was. It's like, I begged for people to kill me, I begged for people to kill me. But then again, I was sitting there begging for people to kill Paul. I was begging for people to kill Paul. And the cops defended a goddamn pedophile for a while because apparently God got a hold of them, and God was a pedophile him damn self. That's why I sat there saying I hated God for a while, this to turn me on my religion, this to turn me into the unforgiven, this, that, and the other thing. I don't know why. I don't fucking know why. I don't fucking know why. Everybody hated me for being Paul's kid growing up, saying I was just like him, I was just like him, I was just like him. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything to any children when I got older, and I was like 5 years old. And that was the only year that I did, in 1999. I started school and it stopped. And I started getting beat up by my cousins, and they started slapping me and punching me if I didn't fucking do it for them. And it's like, it's my fault, it's my fault, it's my fault. You can't blame a kid when a kid doesn't even know what the fuck it is. And then when I told my mom what happened, and my mom called the cops. And I said I didn't want him to get in trouble, but my mom called the cops on him. My mom called the cops on him and said, you need to speak up, and I couldn't. And I fucking couldn't. I couldn't back then because I didn't know what it was. I wasn't educated on what sex was by then. I wasn't educated on what it was or that it was wrong. I wasn't educated. But then it doesn't even fucking matter, right? It's all like, from what I did, I need to forgive myself. I need to forgive myself. Forgive myself for what? For masturbating so fucking much as a kid. I got punished for masturbating. But I couldn't help it. I had massive sexual energies. I was horny as shit in a dry creek. I never got wet. I only got wet like maybe 4 or 5 times in my life. I was dry. And they were trying to say, my mom was throwing shit at me in 2019 saying that Eden was a pedophile. She's like, I loved him. Eden's a pedophile. I love him. And I sat there, freaked the fuck out, and I didn't talk to Eden after that. But told her that I was dating Keith, and people started, like, Corey tried accusing Keith of being a pedophile. But it was also, like, Desiree trying to defend herself. Like, the Fayetteville accounts, I started noticing a lot of the things. Tatum, down there in Lumberton, and all those Hilton people, and all this, that, and the other thing. It went to the damn pedophile or something, or it went to Gerald, my other rapist when I was a teenager. Literally, my rapist. It's like, I never got to choose who I got to lose my virginity to. I chose Logan because Logan wanted to save herself till marriage. It's like, I liked Logan because Logan had the availability to do that, but I don't know if Logan got raped or anything like that when she was younger. She never spoke up about it. I never spoke up about it. Not speaking up voice-wise, video-wise. I mean, I did quite a few times, and I posted them on different fucking accounts and different things in my name. They have my name on them and stuff, but they're different accounts, like different accounts. I have like maybe 7 or 8 different video channels. It's like, I've been trying to turn them in for years, and I turned them in, and I couldn't speak at all for the first 2 years until 2022, and then I barely started being able to speak when I went to Flagstaff. Barely started being able to speak. I could only type stuff. I couldn't speak. I hadn't talked to anybody on the phone or anything in years. And they wouldn't talk to me back unless I got mental health help. And the mental health help was showing me how much He loved it. He was saying the Monroe thing, too, was a pedophile. And he was saying the Monroe thing was about a father's first love. And that the only way you could ever be loved is if you get head. And head is love. And it was just a forced situation. It's like, I've never had sex with a female. Like, I don't know how to put this. I was 5 years old, but I've never had sex with a female. I've never had sex with a fucking female. And I don't appreciate gays. I wanted to move to some place like Qatar or Pakistan because they kill gays, but I'm not so sure they're not okay with pedophiles, because I ended up seeing that some of them have these like pedophile rings over there in the Middle East and India and stuff. I literally started hating the world so much that I wanted to bomb the whole entire fucking world, but they blamed it, saying it's all because of you, it's all because of me, or just give up and just live your life normally. I tried giving up and living my life normally. I tried. I still speak up about it every single fucking day. What people are doing to me and the spiritual stuff, because Paul kept saying, you need to defend me. You need to defend me. You need to defend me. Why would I want to defend the man who ruined my fucking life, my sex life, everything? Instead of, I could have, I don't know, all that time I spent masturbating as a kid, I could have actually spent in a productive way with a hobby or something. But instead, my mind was in the fucking gutter as a fucking kid. In the fucking gutter as a fucking kid. It's like, forgive yourself. Maybe that's what they wanted me to forgive myself for, was I was a kid interested in sex. And I wanted sex as a kid. And that's why Corey in New Jersey kept saying that he wanted to preserve my kid heart. I was dumbed down to a toddler mentality, and he wanted to preserve my kid heart, this, that, and the other thing. All because of what? My cousins or something? Or I don't know. I don't fucking know. Justice. I screamed for justice for years. for years. It's like, but justice. Everybody said justice for Sky Pie. Justice for Sky Pie. Holly and Troy, they got mad at me for Sky Pie. And it's like, yeah, I ate Skylar out when I was 5. I ate Skylar out when I was 5. I was like, embarrassing or not, I ate Skylar out when I was 5 because I was craving it like a dumbass. And I didn't know what the fuck to do. And I got punished for that too. I was unforgiven. I was damned. I was cursed. I was unforgiven and everything just because I ate Skylar out when I was 5. Because of what Paul did to me. But I had so much sexual energy inside of me that it wasn't even fucking funny. Want to talk about that so damn horny I could fornicate with both hands? It's all like, I was a horny kid. Get help, get help, get help. My mom never took me down to go get help for masturbation. My mom never took me down to go get help for that kind of shit. I got beat up for that kind of shit. But it's not like I could help my sex drive when I was a kid. And when I was old enough to fucking use it, I lost it. The pedophiles were supposed to be the ones who lose it. But I was considered a pedophile according to everybody because I was a demon like my dad because of Skylar or something. And it's like, and it wasn't. So if Skylar's the Blues, they said the Blues were the original Cookie Monster. They said the Blues were the original Cookie Monster. It's like that thing was trying to be the original. I don't know. They tried even blaming my grandma for being the original Cookie Monster. And I sat there and I started freaking out because it's like April herself. My grandma sat there and said, I'm the original Cookie Monster, verbatim, out of her mouth. out of her fucking mouth. And they tried saying that it was the blues. And they tried saying the blues love babies. The blues love babies. And they tried saying that at the doctor when I had April, they said, it's okay and it's normal for babies to cream. Like when you take them home, they'll cream. They cream. Well, April creamed and I didn't know what to do, and I freaked out about that too. But there was nothing I could fucking do. The whole entire healthcare system and the whole entire hospital was saying that that was normal. That was normal. It's normal for kids to cream. It's normal for kids to fucking cream. Every now and then, like Coraline would masturbate too. After I left for LA, Coraline would masturbate too. And they tried saying that it was because of the angels in LA, this, that, and the other thing. It's all like, I don't think it has anything to do with that. It's some fucking pedophile that just sits there laughing at people, saying it's funny watching people try to fight against me. It's funny watching people try to fight against me. They never win. They never win. It's funny watching people try to fight against me. Just like how God in the Serenity Prayer. And then they tried saying that each time I masturbated, it was getting closer to God. And they had men and men's spirits inside of me masturbating me. And those men had those sexual energies. And the men were the ones who had the sexual energies. And that's why those kids get sexual energies and masturbate, is so that they can become their gods and never be able to defend themselves against pedophiles. And it's like terrifying to think that, like, if April ever masturbates, there's a goddamn pedophile in her. Or if, you know, Coraline would masturbate on her car seat and stuff, I would freak out and smack her legs, and I didn't know what to do, because it's just like my mom. My mom would beat me up. It's like, what does a parent do? What does a parent do? Holly and Troy want to get mad at me? Holly and Troy want to get fucking mad at me? Then fine. They can get fucking mad at me. I was 5 years old. And Holly and Troy, it's like Skylar ended up with a massive masturbation problem too. And Skylar said that my dad did something to her too. It's like, and I don't know what to do. I'm just a demon like my dad. I'm just a demon like my dad. I would never touch a child. Not in that way. But I'm just a demon like my dad, right? No. And then they started trying to say that it was working through a mediation of whether or not you should have sex in front of kids. My mom didn't believe in having sex in front of kids. Hosea, he said it didn't matter. And I agreed with Hosea on that one, because it shouldn't matter if you have sex in front of kids. Like, young enough, like when they're in their cribs and stuff, and like Little Ho was old enough to know what sex is, but I always sat there saying, because of what happened to me, it's better to teach kids what sex is at a younger age. And it's like, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, to teach kids what sex is at a younger age, teach them the no parts and things like that. It's all like, I always said you should teach them that stuff's not okay for when they're kids. That's for when they're adults and when they're married. I would always teach that to kids, and I would always try to say that that's what should be taught to kids, but they didn't. And I'm in Michigan, not Maine. But I would always try telling people that kind of shit. And it's like, but my mom was on a side that said that you should just keep them away from it until they are ready, until they're ready. But when this kind of stuff happens, then how do you go about dealing with that crap? It's like they made some Korean movie on it, and they made a bunch of movies on it and everything, and it was embarrassing. But it's like, it's not embarrassing. I've always wished that I was dead. I've always wished that I was fucking dead. I could have been accomplished in something had I not either wanted sex, or had I not been asked to be a housewife, had I not thought that having a relationship was the greatest thing ever, because I could finally have sex. Because I could finally fucking have sex. I finally got to fucking have sex. So that's why I wanted my relationship. I was 18. I was 15 with Lucas for 3 months, and we would have sex like on the weekends or something. But I was 18 and we finally got to have sex, and we moved in, and it became regular sex. And I was like, okay. I was happy with being good with regular sex, but they took that away from me after that surrender to Keith, and I didn't get to have regular sex. But I didn't get to have sexual energies either. And when they put it back in me, I sit there and I cry. And I scream and I text people and I say, it's gross, get it out, get it out, get it out, because I don't know if the sexual energies are coming from the pedophile that fucking did that to me. So I'm okay with not living with sexual energies the rest of my life, but if someone else did that because they wanted to use my sexual energies, then it's gross. But it's like, how do people even get horny? Because if they could take away someone's clitoris and someone's whole entire sex drive, if they could take away someone's clitoris and whole entire sex drive, then how in the hell am I, like, if I get horny in the future, it's like, I don't even know how to get horny, and I don't want to get horny. And it's like, when I get horny, I tell people, and I tell them to get it out of me. And I tell them to get it fucking out of me, because you're not supposed to have those sexual energies. But then I can't feel sex without the sexual energies, and there's no point in having sex. I had them growing up, and I don't know of any other. And I watched raunchy comedies growing up and everything, like Cameron and Cameron Park, and the people in California. They're trying to blame California. It's like they're trying to blame California. I don't know if California is, but they're trying to say that the United States is the melting pot of the devil, and how our country got infiltrated, and the surrender was to someone outside of the country, and how it got infiltrated. And Mike was trying to say that it was the Russian hackers, and that the Russians were the pedophiles and things like that. But then Mike was defending Paul, and Paul himself was a pedophile. Who the fuck would defend Paul? Who the fuck would defend fucking Paul? And I've posted videos about this for years. But I don't know why this is bringing up now. Probably because I got a message from God's worker or a Jesus worker or something, talking about how he has a hit on his head for being a pedophile. And it's like he has a small hit on his head for being a pedophile. To catch a predator, they need to catch a predator. They're trying to say, it's you, it's you, it's you. They thought this was a funny joke. Was this the joke that they thought was wrong? Was this the joke that they thought was wrong? Was this the joke that Face fucking did? Was this the joke that Face fucking did? My daughter fell to the floor saying, we tricked you, we tricked you, we tricked you. Xbox is coming, Xbox is coming. Everywhere I looked for my daughter. Everywhere I looked for my daughter. Everywhere. Every fucking where. Ringleader of the Dark Circus, Juggalos. Brian, I'll teach you about Eminem and the Juggalos. I'll teach you about Eminem and the Juggalos. Now Eminem's fucking some black girl dressed as the fucking Joker. And the Joker is like Paul, trying to be a fucking pedophile. He's like some type of alter ego schizophrenic who wants to kill pedophiles on one side but is a pedophile on the other. And it's just like, I can't stand this world, and I've wished that I was dead, but suicide is so wrong. Suicide is wrong. It's like, no, I would rather not live in a world like this. And then they're like, don't talk about it, ignore it. You won't live in a world like this. Don't talk about it and ignore it. It's all like, yeah, but I got a text message that fucking triggered this, so